In a full service accounting firm, there are three core services that you would consider offering in your business. The first is accounting and bookkeeping. That's perhaps obvious. The second is tax planning and preparation. The third happens to be CFO and advisory services. What I'd like to introduce to you now is what those services consist of and what it is that you should be considering offering as you grow your business and in fact work with the clients offering quality accounting services so you can get paid what you're worth. When it comes to bookkeeping and accounting services, I find that there's often a misunderstanding or at least a lack of clarity as to what those services consist of and what it is that the client can expect from you. So let's take a moment and discuss what those types of services would look like as you provide them. Now, before I begin this explanation, let me be very clear. There are certain places where the word or term accounting is somewhat regulated. So be aware in your local area whether or not you can refer to yourself as an accountant or doing accounting. But regardless of that, let me explain the difference. Bookkeeping is when you actually work with your client to provide the financial reports that they're needing to run their business, to get the information from you on a monthly, quarterly basis so that they can see their income statement, their P&L, their balance sheet, and also their cash flow statement. As a bookkeeper, what you're literally doing is you're taking the time to record their transaction and provide to them that detailed history of what's going on in the business. That's bookkeeping. Accounting's a lot different. What you're doing there is beyond the financial reports is you're taking the time to literally prepare trends analysis. You're looking back over this month versus last month, last quarter versus the previous quarter. You're looking at things that may say this month compared to last year's same month. It's all those variations that help you as an accounting professional identify trends, point out the various things that the business owner needs to be aware of to run their business more effectively and productively. It's also in that accounting process that you become aware of what are the relationships between top line revenue and with cost of goods, the gross profit margin. What's happening with payroll as it's a percentage of gross profit. All of those things are analysis that you're providing to the business owner to help them realize what's happening. And then from there, perhaps preparing budgets, forecasts, helping them realize what their cash flow needs may be. That is accounting. Now, when you're offering your services, pricing your services, I think it's very important that you then distinguish for your clients which service they're actually paying for and what it is you'll be performing. As a successful accountant, bookkeeper, you're going to be able to now more confidently meet the expectations, the needs of your clients, and at that same time, even be able to over-deliver on the things that you've offered. With that, those are the accounting and bookkeeping services that you can be providing. Within a full service accounting firm, the next is actually tax planning and tax preparation. Now I'm going to define these so that you can clearly see that there are distinct differences between the two. Tax preparation, we'll begin there. It's the obvious. It's what you're doing for the business or the individual for that matter to actually prepare and file their returns. Now there's definitely a lot of work to be done here and good money to be made doing tax preparation. But the next level is to then move to tax planning. Tax planning is even more lucrative. This is where you're taking the time to identify tax strategies that a business can implement and in that process actually use to save money, legally lowering their tax liability. Tax planning is taking the time throughout the year to meet with the client and determine what decisions they could be making individually or professionally, business-wise, that can actually impact what their tax liabilities will be in the coming year. When you're considering the tax planning, it may consist of the following. During the tax preparation, the tax season, you may identify clients that missed out on tax opportunities simply because of decisions they didn't do during the tax year. What we're able to do is flag them and meet with them in the second quarter of the year after tax season to basically point out what things they could have done differently and should this year. The second is to then meet with them in the third and fourth quarters of the year so as to identify did they implement those strategies and more importantly identify new things that they could be doing in the business to ensure that they're going to take advantage of certain tax savings opportunities that now exist because of the laws and rules that are on the books. Now, throughout the course of the year, you and I both know that Congress may change things, the IRS may put in place certain things that are new, and you can bring them to their attention and they can then implement in the business. The whole goal here is to actually give you an opportunity to help be a part of the tax planning strategies that your client is using to minimize their tax liability. Those services, tax planning, tax preparation are excellent services that you can choose to offer within your business, and as such, be a full service accounting firm, fully complementing the work that you're doing through the bookkeeping and accounting as well. I hope that's helping you make sense of what it is your business plan can look like as to which services you can be providing to your clients and effectively get paid what you're worth. CFO and advisory services are the next that you can offer your clients. As a CFO, you can literally work with your client to represent them or help them maneuver different things that may be related to bank relations, vendor relations, helping them in a CFO capacity. Sometimes people refer to this also as fractional CFO services or part-time CFO services. In addition to that is the advisory. The advisory is where you're going beyond the accounting and you're moving into more of a coaching type role, educating the business owner as to various business principles they need to be aware of as they work on their business. And these things can extend beyond accounting to include various things that relate to HR, maybe sales and marketing. Perhaps it's involving things that would relate to the value of the business valuation. All of these are services that you can consider as you're working with your clients. As you work with them as a profit and growth expert, an accountant, bookkeeper, tax preparer, these things complement well what you're doing with your clients to ensure that they're actually getting quality services from you to grow their business and in fact have the companies that they would love to have with your help. In summary, your accounting firm can offer any or all of these three core services, but let me even be more specific. Many choose to do bookkeeping, but not accounting services. Some choose to do tax preparation, but not tax planning services. Some choose, rather than doing CFO work, they do advisory work. So your firm may actually consist of bookkeeping, tax preparation, and advisory services, and that is exactly what it should be. Why? Because it's your business. Either way, one of the things I want to emphasize is your opportunity to build the premier accounting firm in your area consists of determining what services you want to offer, how you're going to take care of your clients, and ultimately get paid what you're worth. So for that, I invite you, check out more what you can do with Universal Accounting to ensure that you're confidently and competently offering quality accounting services to be the premier accounting firm in your area, getting paid what you're worth. And remember this, if it is about accounting, it is Universal. Take care and have a great day. We look forward to working with you.